What's up guys, Proper Truth here. So today what you guys are going to be getting is something I haven't put up in about maybe two months or so, and that's my Lightsworn deck profile for you guys. Now if you watch my last Lightsworn video, I ran like a Chaos version when I had the Lord Darkness in it, a couple of Darks in it, but that's kind of different now. I changed up the whole deck, I fixed it up. It's a lot better. I like it this way compared to when I had it before. Maybe because I made it more like a pure Lightsworn deck, and it's still 40 cards. I haven't went up to 60. I'm more of like a 40 card Lightsworn player. Don't get me wrong, a 60 card Lightsworn deck, it's pretty fucking busted. It's just they don't really run Judgment Dragon. I love running Judgment Dragon. Like I've always said, doesn't matter what format it is. JD will always be JD in my eyes. You know, it doesn't matter. Enough said, guys. Let's get straight to the profile. But before we do, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, show some love. Hit that subscribe button and that notification button down below. You guys ready? Let's go. Alright guys, let's get straight to it. I'm just gonna breeze right through the deck. You guys pretty much know and understand what a Lightsworn deck really does, and if you've seen my last videos, you pretty much get an understanding of what type of Lightsworn player I am. So let's get started. So first up, I'm playing 2 Honest now. I was playing 3 back then, especially when he came to 3. I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna play 3 now. But I noticed, you know, as in this deck build, me playing 3 was getting too cloggy. Sometimes I would draw all 3 and then I'm like, yo, I need a Lightsworn for like solar recharge or something. So I would get pretty disappointed, and then I just dropped it at 2, and I was like, you know what, I see it enough, I like it, I'm gonna keep it at 2 for now. So 2 Honest. Next up, 2 Judgment Dragons. Same thing with JD. I was playing 3 in my last build. I decided to drop him to 2. I do see him enough times, like I do see enough times of Honest. I'm not going to drop him to 1. I thought about it, but then, you know what, I was like, I love JD way too much. JD is a board wipe. So he changes the game, like he really does. I've actually played on YGRB and Spirals with this build, and 2 Dracos. I just got to test it out. Oops, sorry guys. I got to test it in a tournament, see how it goes off, so I can give you guys a better understanding of how it works. But so far so good. It's really working well. So 2 JDs. Definitely still keeping the 3 Luminas. You really don't want to, if you're playing Lightsworns, you really don't want to drop Lumina to like 2 or 1. If you're playing 1, that's crazy, you know. You definitely got to play 3. She's not once per turn. You could bring herself back, and you know, it's pretty amazing. I like her at 3. You got to keep her at 3. Lumina will always stay at 3. Then the 3 Raiden. This card also you got to play 3 of. He's your tuner, level 4. He's also a mill 4. You have to, because you mill 2, and at end phase, if you're still on board, you mill another 2. So you definitely got to play 3. I'm still playing 3 Wolves. I might either drop him to 2. I'm still not too sure. Definitely when Curios, or in TCG Curious, the Lightsworn Domino Lightsworn I think it's called, comes out, I might keep him at 3 for that, because of the fact that he pretty much is a foolish. You know, so the moment he's summoned, you can foolish the wolf, special summon the wolf. So it's pretty good. But for right now, I'm gonna keep it at 3. If I do decide to drop it at 2, it's because I want to replace something with it, most likely. So definitely for now, 3 Wolves. Next up, 1 Lila. Lila is your back row killer. She's a good mill 3, so you can't go wrong with that. You do want to clear, but you do lose the back row, so you gotta clear back row. That's why I'm still keeping the Lila at 1. Sometimes you want to clear that 1 back row, or force a back row before you summon Judgment Dragon or anybody from your extra deck. So definitely 1 Lila, 1 Felice, and 1 Gareth. Because she is a popper. If she gets milled by a monster effect such as your Lightsworns, she does get special summon, and then you can tribute her and mill 3 and pop a card on board. So it's decent. It's really decent. She's also the level 4 tuner that you're gonna need. So I like her because she does pop something on board, or sometimes if I'm gonna use her to sync or overlay or link, it forces my opponent to use their back row if I'm summoning something that's a threat, which means that I'm forcing my opponent to do something before summoning Judgment Dragon or summoning something else or swarming the board. So that's why I'm playing one. And the one Gareth because it is a name for Judgment. He's an extra mill, but you have to be careful that you don't have multiple Lightsworns that mill on the board, because he will mill for each Lightsworn that mills. And also because of draw power. The draw power has been really good lately for me, so I can't complain. Definitely one of, though. Don't go any more than one. Then the two Shaman Lumina and the one Raiko Twilight fighter. I'm playing him still, not only because he's a name, but he banishes something on board. Like, I get rid of a card on board by just banishing a Lightsworn monster from my hand or graveyard, and you can't go wrong with that. Like, before him I was actually running the Twilight Sworn Lila, and I prefer him better. Like, I can actually summon him, get rid of your diagram. You know, I can, if I'm playing against Spirals, I can get rid of the Spiral Resort. You know, it does come clutch. Sometimes you gotta get rid of something. Even if you got a normal summon to get rid of something, then by all means get it done. If it's threatening you, get it off the board. That's why I decided to just, you know, play one. And then Lumina Twilight Shaman is she's great. She's basically another Lumina just from the banish zone. There's so many combos with her and Lumina, so you definitely got to keep it at 2. I'm playing it at 2. I've seen people play it at 1. I like it at 2, especially in this build. So I'm gonna keep it that way. So you can't go wrong with that. And then I'm playing 2 Snow the product, or Fairy Tale Snow. I call her Snow the product. I will jump her up to 3 when Curious comes out. She will go up to 3. I like her at 2 in this build. Like I said it before. This is actually I thought it was a 40 card. I had to recount. It's actually 41. But she's good. Like at 2, I think she's good in a low count deck. If you're playing 60, you got to play 3. So she's the Book of Moon. She forces your opponent to do certain plays that they may not want to do, or you're book mooning a material before they link or synchro or even exceed. So it's really good. You gotta play if you want to play 3, by all means you can play 3 in this build. I just prefer her at 2, so I'm gonna keep it at 2 for now. And then pretty much the one-ofs is the Globo, the Plague Spreader, the Electromagnetic Turtle, and definitely the Gemini engine. And then I threw let me move this up for you guys. I threw in the Performer Mage Trick Clown into it because it's good. I'm playing the Brilliant engine, as you guys can see. So it's an extra summon. You know, if you have the life point, pay the 1,000, special summon it. I am thinking about putting taking out either most likely Lazuli to put what's his name, Garnet in it. Just because I'm not Lazuli, Obsidian, and play the Garnet because of the fact that you can obviously go Brilliant, send her and Garnet, and then get Garnet back to the hand. I just need to get a Garnet, so for now I'm playing these guys. And then obviously the Electromagnetic Turtle, because if it's in the grave you can banish it and end the battle phase. Plague Spreader, because you can bring back from the grave, and you can either use it to synchro or you can use it to link. And Glowable, because it's freaking Glowable. The same reason. You could send the top card, special summon, and use it as a link purpose, or even synchro with it. So these are pretty much the one-ofs, guys. This is my preference. You know, you guys could change it to the way you guys feel like you need to play it. So that's pretty much for the monsters, guys. Off to the spells. I'm playing triple Brilliant Fusions. Brilliant Fusion is too clutch. This is pretty much your Foolish Burial if with the Trick Clown, or even sending Wolf to the grave with a Gem Knight, and you get a free special summon. You have to play this card in this deck. Like, it's really clutch. I actually replaced the Allure of Darkness with these, and I like it a lot better because you're pretty much getting a 2 summon out of this. You're getting the Seraphonite out of it, and then you'll get an additional summon. Actually 3 summons. You're getting the Seraphonite, then you're getting an additional normal summon if you have it, and then let's say if you send Trick Clown or Wolf from the deck to the grave, you're actually getting a special summon out of that. So you're pretty much going plus, I think, 2 out of that. from this card, so you can't go wrong with it. You really can't. I like it a lot better than the Allure. Even though the Allure of Darkness is the draw power, this actually extends your plays a lot better than Allure. That's the reason why I took out Allure and replaced it with the Brilliant Engine. So definitely the Brilliant Engine, guys. If you guys have it, I suggest you go for it. Then next up, the 3 solar recharges is your D-draw out of the deck. It's your draw power and the extra mill. You have to play 3 if you're playing the Lightsworn deck. I'm playing the 1 monster reincarnation just because I was playing it at 2, but you know, I feel like you could drop it and play it at 1. You know, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. It's funny though, because if I was to take out, let's say if I was to take out Lazuli out of the deck and put a Garnet and keep the Obsidian, you can actually go monster reincarnation, pitch the Obsidian, and get like Judgment Dragon back or any resource you need back. And then Obsidian's effect will kick in, because if it's sent from their hand to the grave, you can special summon a normal monster that's level 4 or lower out your grave, so you can bring back the Garnet. So you can do something, you can do little plays like that. Little plays like that can actually make a difference. So it's something, so you can go back and forth between Lazuli and Obsidian and test it like that if you guys want. So, but again, that's just, you don't really want to play a one of a one of, you know, you have to play it right. So if you have the monster reincarnation, you have. If you don't, it's nothing serious, you have other resources. And then the 3 Rhodas of the deck, Charge of Light Brigade. This you have to play at 3. It's your mill and it's your Rhoda for a level 4 lower Lightsworn monster. You can also search the Twilight Lumina out of it, or the Twilight Raikou. Don't forget, guys, it says it in parentheses, so you can look for those type of Lightsworns. And then pretty much the 1-ofs, the 1 Foolish, and Soul Charge. These are pretty much your staples in the deck. I took out Reasoning to test for now, and I also took out Rhoda. I want to put Rhoda back, and I may want to put Reasoning back in too, but for now, since I changed the whole deck around, I'm testing it just like this, just to see how it works. Right now, I like how it's working. I can't complain, but there is minor little adjustments that you guys may want to do with the deck build. I know I will eventually, and when I do, I'll give you guys a better update on the Lightsworn deck profile for you guys. For now, it's working pretty well. Can't complain. Oops, sorry guys. So, and then that was pretty much it for the magics. I mean, for the spells. And then for the traps, I'm just playing the 2 Lost Winds. Very good card. Like, it's very good. Like, I like it a little bit better than Breakthrough Skill, because you're cutting your opponent's monster's attack in half by original, and then negates the effect as well. But the problem is, Breakthrough Skill can also be clutch, because you can negate something by banishing out of the graveyard on your opponent's turn. So sometimes that could be crucial. So that's pretty much a player's preference. If you guys want to play 1 Lost Wind and then 1 Breakthrough Skill, by all means try it. I just like this because if I can't get over something, at least I cut you in half and then I can get over it. So that's why I've decided to play Lost Wind over Breakthrough Skill. Don't get me wrong, there are times when I'm going back and forth with it to test out. So that's pretty much it for the main deck, guys. Off to the extra deck. Let's just get, there we go. Whoopsie, sorry guys. Obviously you gotta have your Brawly. So for the extra deck, the 1 Decode Talker, I like it at 1. I think you can play 2 if you want, but 1 for now right now is working for me. The extra deck, it's hard since I put the Brilliant Engine. It's like pretty much you going back and forth, but I think 1 Decode Talker is fine. You can play 1 Decode Talker. I'm trying to find room to put Proxy, because I do want to play Proxy in here, because remember, this is just 1 link and you want to open up more zones, you could. Decode Talker opens up 2, and sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need a Michael and a Minerva, or sometimes you just need a Clear Wing and a Minerva or a Red Dragon, you know, or whatever those 2 extra deck monsters are. You it's pretty much, that's all you really need, because other than that, you're gonna most likely win with JD or anybody that's not gonna really swarm the board. If you're gonna swarm the board, you're most likely gonna link, and then you're gonna sync or exceed from there. So definitely 1 Decode Talker. You could put 2 if you guys want. The 1 Michael, because Michael is a Lightsworn, it's a name, and if it dies off the board by your opponent, you can recycle your Lightsworn monsters. So definitely got to play your Michael. Then the 1 Clear Wing, because it's protection. You know, If you have JD on board, it's happened to me. I've had JD on board, and then they'll target my JD, and I'll just negate it. If a level 5 or higher monster is activated, you can negate it and destroy it as well, and he'll gain the attack. So sometimes he could be a beat stick that your opponent can't get over. He's just mainly protection. You gotta protect. Then the other JDs that I call, the one Black Rose and then the one Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Like I've always told you guys, these are all your backup JDs right here. This is you blow up board. That's just like JD, and then you blow up your monsters and your opponent's your monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. I mean, special summon effect monster. Sorry about that, not the extra deck. So basically, you summon him, you blow up your special summon monsters and your opponent's special summon monsters if they have it, and inflict 500 points of damage. It's really good, and he can still attack. So you can't go wrong with that. He's your other Judgment Dragon, like I've always said. And then the one Trish, because it's Trish. There you can summon Trish in here. I do want to put Leo in here. Leo, there's times when I could go for Leo and then I just don't have it. Like I told you guys, the extra deck is your preference. It's hard the way, since I changed the deck around, it's really hard to incorporate certain cards in your extra deck because you want to run so many extra deck monsters. So it becomes a difficult choice. So off to the Exceeds. Obviously still playing the 2 Minervas. It's a name. She's extra mill, draw power, and she could be a board wipe for you. If you mill 3 Lightsworns, you get to pop 3 cards on your opponent's side of the field. It's happened to me before. It helps. And if you mill Wolf or Felice, they get special summon. And you know, the fact that you can activate effects, special summon, and you can use her and whatever special summon and another monster to link into Decode Talker, and then it's so many plays you could do with her, and she can become clutch. So then I'm playing the 101 Silent Arc, because the reason why I decided to play him is because if you're going up against like Spirals, it's funny because it happened. He didn't have Resort on board, and I 101, and I took his Spiral, I took his Helix. You can also take Lynx can't go in defense mode, so this forces your opponent is forced to summon them in attack mode because they have to be in attack, and then you could just take them, and that's it. It becomes a material, and you can use them to prevent. You could detach them to prevent him from being destroyed. So he can be that one card that changes the game as well because he's your mind control. Then the one Tsukiyumi. Because it's Tsukiyumi, you gotta play Tsukiyumi. If you have 2 deck cards like a Wolf and a Felice in your hand, you could push those, detach, discard those 2, draw 2 more cards. Sometimes you're drawn to your JD, so you gotta play him. And then the Utopia family, you have to, because if there's something you can't get over, and Utopia the Lightning could punch right over it. He's 5Gs, so that's pretty. No, and more XCs actually. Then Babuska. I can't say his name. Babuska, and then Dweller. Dweller because True Draco's still a thing. You can detach. They can't apply the effect. And Babuska because it's Babuska. Like if you have a iffy hand and you know you can actually stall off a little bit, Babuska is your answer. Stall off until you get your resources. You know, you keep stalling until you get your JDs or whatever the case may be. So definitely you gotta play Babuska. There is a lot of 4s in here that you can overlay to it, so there's no excuse. And then the one Seraphonite guys, because you're playing the Brilliant Engine. So that's pretty much it for the extra deck, guys. You guys can change it to your likings. Don't forget that. This is my preference. I'm still going back and forth on a lot of things. So you definitely gotta use it by your likings, guys. You gotta build it by your likings, I meant. So that's the extra deck. Off to the side deck. Again, guys, just like the extra deck, your side deck is your preference. I'm still iffy on my side deck. This side deck I actually built just because of certain decks I was playing, and it just sucks because I built it for just those decks, and you still got to be able to worry about other meta in this format. So such as True Draco, Spirals is still a thing, and Pendulum Magicians. So one Ghost Orc. I was playing 2, but Omega is using my my other Ghost Orc. So if you have 2, I suggest you play 2. It's still a clearer. You know, it still clears off the board. Your opponent activates something, you can discard, pop, and it gets that off the board, and you don't need to worry about it right after that. But definitely play 2. If you have Ashes, play Ashes, because Ashes stops a lot more. Yeah, it doesn't get it off the board, but ashes are ashes. They negate it, and now your opponent can't do anything with it for the rest of the turn, unless they're gonna like if it's a monster, they can link with it if they want. So if you have two Dankos, because I barely play traps. You know, as you guys saw, I'm only playing the Lost Winds. But be careful, because if your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck and you bring back Lost Wind, Danko's effect is no longer applies. So watch how you play this, guys. Watch it. Do not fuck yourself over like that. Danko's because there's barely any traps, and it can shut your opponent down. It really can. So definitely Danko. 2 Ghost Cherries, because of the fact that you'll see why as well. Decode Talker, a lot of people still use Decode Talker. You can reveal the Decode Talker, and now it's a shutdown for them, depending what deck you're playing against. And also you'll see why I put cherries in here. So definitely 2 cherries. Next up, 2 Drolls. Spirals are still a thing. They don't search as much, but they still search. What else searches? Believe it or not, YGO was playing against Magic Specters, and this kind of shut them down as well. You definitely got to play your Drolls still. There's still a lot of decks that search. There still is. Don't underestimate it. For an example, 6 Sams, they search a lot. If you're playing against 2 Dracos, they still search, believe it or not. And it can slow them down. It won't really shut down True Dracos, but it will slow them down. True King 6 Sams, they definitely search a lot, so Droll is an answer to slowing them down as well. So definitely Drolls. The 2 are Lancia, because I hate Infernoids. And believe it or not, mirror matches. When people are playing a Chaos version, or they're playing the snow, when they do snow, you know, you have Lancia to stop all that banishing stuff. You know, so it does help. It does really help. Also, invokes when they have the invocations, this stops a lot of shit. So that's why I'm still playing the Lancia. Then double Twin Twister, because we do lose to back row. If your opponent's playing heavy back row, you gotta play this. The reason why I play this over Cosmic Cyclone is because it's a pitch farter. You know, I can actually pitch a 4th Lightsworn that I need for JD. I can pitch a deck card out of my hand. It's a lot of reasons why you need to play Twin Twisters in the deck, because you need that. Sometimes you do need that pitch. So that's my opinion though. And then the 1 Dark Hole is another board wipe. If you can't get over something, board wipe it. Get it over with. Like I told you guys, the 2 Judgment Dragons, the Black Rose, and the Red Dragon Archfiends, you know, those are my JDs. This could also be your JD, guys. So 1 Dark Hole. Then off to the traps. 2 barriers, because Pendulum Magicians are still a thing. If this said shut down links, I don't even think people would be playing a link deck. People would still be playing True Dracos. This is mainly because of Pendulum Magicians, and you will go up against some people that are still heavy on Exceeds. So definitely shut stuff down like that. And very few synchros, but like I said, mainly for Pendulum Magicians. And then the last card, Helix. That's the reason why I'm also playing the cherries. I side deck the Helix because Spirals, like, they're still a thing. You can reveal the cherry, call the Helix, and bam, they got to get rid of all of it. So then you just practically stopped everything. You stopped all their answers, because now they can't go into Helix. They're not gonna bring out what's her name? Oh my goodness, Master Plan. So that shuts them down, and that's the reason why I'm doing it. That's why I side deck the 1 Helix. Again, guys, your preference on the side deck. You guys choose the way you want to build it. Lightsworns, you have to be careful, guys. When you side deck for Lightsworns, it can become a bad thing. Watch what you side deck, because let's just say you side deck 5-6 cards from your side deck into your main deck. Lightsworns mill a lot, guys, and if you mill, it's happened to me. If you mill your side deck, then you're pretty much screwed. You're really pretty much screwed. You don't want to mill your whole side deck, and then you know you have no answers to your opponent. Watch what you side deck. That's why I said when I build the side deck, sometimes I go back and forth on a lot of things, because I mill them, and then it's like, damn. That's why I was thinking about, you know, side decking the Breakthrough Skills and taking out the Lost Winds, because Breakthrough Skill works in the graveyard. What's that other card? Not Cosmic Cyclone. Galaxy Cyclone. Pop a back row, and then if it's in the graveyard, banish, pop another back row. So those are ideas for you guys that you know you guys can incorporate into your Lightsworn deck profile. Also, when you're using snow, watch what you banish. It can hurt you too sometimes. And for the extra deck, your preference, guys. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Later. So there you guys have it. That was my updated Lightsworn deck profile. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys actually like the original build that I had with the 3 Allure Darkness and the Chaos thing going on? Or do you like this one better with the Brilliant and get the additional summon and get the special summon off the Trick Clown? That actually made me think if I should put Thousand Blades in it. But I'm still iffy on it because I'm trying to keep it like 42 to 40 cards. If I do add him in there, he wouldn't be that bad because of the fact that not only that you could trigger his effect through the Trick Clown, but even if you take damage in general, he gets special summon and he's an easy for exceeding or even linking or synchroing. You know, the extra deck I may want to switch up very little. I want to put Brio back in it and try to fit Proxy Dragon into it. So I'm still going to be adjusting with that. The same thing with the side deck, guys. Like I said before, the side deck is your preference. You put it the way you wanna build it, especially if you're going to locals and you're playing specific decks. You want to be able to adjust it to that, but also learn to adjust it to the format, because remember, True Dracos are still a problem, Spirals are still a problem, so is Pendulum Magician, and some of these rogue decks out here are pretty fucking broken. Like I went up against Magic Specters, they're pretty broken as well still. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and if you did, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to show some love by subscribing and hitting that notification button down below. Guys, again, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see y'all at the next video. Later.